Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Toni from ToniStamps, and today I just want to give you a quick video on how to make an envelope for a 5x7 card using one sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper. So last week on Thanksgiving I had a video. I was making my paper pumpkin kit into cards, and some of them I made 5x7 cards. So when you look on your, if you have the envelope punch board, which I use a lot, a 5x7 card, it says you need 9.5 by 9.5 inch paper. And so that really means you have to have 12 by 12 because 8.5 by 11. Not everybody has 12 by 12, and I wanted to figure it out how to use it just from a sheet of 8.5 by 11. So that's what I did. So I am going to, I actually made two of them, but I'm going to show you, I'm going to make an old olive envelope for this 5x7 card. So let me sketch out. We're really going to do, it's 4 score marks. That's it. All right. And actually, let me draw it out for you. Let's get my marker, my handy dandy Sharpie. So let's say our paper is this way, 8.5 by 11. We are going to score at 2 5/8, and then over here at 8. These are our 2 flaps that are going to fold in this way, and then for our bottom we're going to score across the whole thing at 1/2 inch, and then across the top at 5/8 of an inch. And that's really 1/2 inch is, I wouldn't go any lower than a 1/2 inch. And then 5/8, it's not a terribly big flap over, but it's good enough. It's enough to close it. And so then we're going to trim this, and then a little bit here. We're going to cut all this off, and a little angle here, and we're going to cut all this off. And then up here, we're going to cut all that. I may keep these straight, but it doesn't really matter. And then cut that off. And then it'll just fold, 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 fold. Quick, quick. Okay, let's bring our paper in and actually do it. Now, if you want to do any stamping or decorating on your envelope first, do that before you do all your score marks. Otherwise, you won't get the stamp down into those grooves. All right, so scoring on the 11-inch side, we're going to do it at 2 5/8 and 8. Okay, 2 5/8 and 8. And let me double check. Yep, that's in camera. All right, now we're going to turn it one way, and we'll score it at our 1/2 inch and then 5/8 inch off the other side. So turn it to the right, and we'll go a 1/2 inch. And then this is an 8.5 inch side. So 5/8 in is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 7/8. Okay, that's it. That's all our score marks. Now the cutting part. So like I said, we're going to cut this at a little angle, this at a slight angle, not too much. Let me just show you this. Oh, and I just realized my wire was hanging down. Ooh, whoops. Let me get this out of the way. Okay. So this is, see this little angle right here? That's all we're cutting off. That very teeny slight angle. All right, do the same thing on this side. Slight angle. And then for our top, I'm going to angle it just a teensy bit, but here's where you could cut this straight and then use a corner rounder if you want. That part's up to you. I'm just going to go a little angle just like I did the other ones. All right, a little angle. All right, now let's get our bone folder and fold all our marks. Now I'm going to use a liquid glue to attach this. I've found with these tiny borders, even if you're using the red line tape, sometimes it pops up. but the glue seems to hold like the best. All right, so the smaller one, this is our bottom. This is our top. So as we fold over, hopefully we can see in here a little bit. There is only an overlap of about, I want to say a 1/4 inch. Yep, a 1/4 inch. So not much room. It's a tight squeeze, but it's doable. All right, so let's do, I'm using some art glitter glue, but you just want a tiny bead, thin bead right up at the very edge. All right, and then I'm gonna press that, hold it in place for a minute. I love that this glue doesn't squirt out. I've actually been using the art glitter glue and the Barely Art glue. I've used up my whole bottle of Barely Art glue, and now I'm using this before I decide which one I'm gonna buy more of. Okay, we've got the base of our envelope. Now we wanna glue this. Now, I don't wanna put glue right close to this line because of this angle. You don't want glue right there. Let me use my pointer. You don't want glue right here. So that means right here. So I'm only gonna put it at the tippy top right here. Okay. And then we'll hold that in place, and then we will get a hole punch. You'll need like a 1/2 inch or an inch punch, whatever you have handy. I keep this one handy, the 1 inch punch. All right, I think we're done, and I just want to make sure that glue is dry. I don't want to punch through wet glue. Okay, so now we just pop this up. Oops. I'm squeezing it so I can get my punch in here. I'm gonna go upside down, and I'm just eyeballing for the middle. And I don't wanna go too far down because remember, we only have an 1/8 inch flap. So I wanna keep it like right there. Just tiny little notch hole so you can pull the card out. All right, so that is our envelope. Now let's check. So we've got our 5x7 card. And this is layered up pretty good. I've got some foam adhesive, but look, slides right in, perfect. And I would, when you close it, put more glue there, and then you can address this. The only thing to keep in mind with this, it is a little heavy, so it might be overweight. Like you might have to add an extra stamp for the, if you don't have a scale at home, just count this for 2 ounces. You can make this envelope out of copy paper also, printer paper or copy paper, and that'll cut down on the weight. It's just not as sturdy. But I have done that before. I have made envelopes out of copy paper, and they made it just fine. So here's our measurements again. Get a screenshot of that, and I hope you found this helpful. Bye.